Well, happy Friday, y'all. It's Cyrah in a towel. I just got out the shower. I do a lot of my videos without my shirt on because I'm proud of my body. Yeah, I'm 17 again. A lot of people say, Cyrah, why do you always do your videos with your shirt off? Well, I like walking around naked. We were all born this way. Yeah, you, me, your mom, your dad. And your mom and your dad were this way when they made you. And the first man and woman on this earth walked around like this. So if you don't like watching me with my shirt off, just press the little minimize button and then it'll go down and you can still listen to my voice. If you don't want to watch it at all, press the red X, right? Moving along. So today I'm going to talk to you about constant energy. Yeah? Constant energy. Energy that doesn't stop. All right? My belief is that we are all energy beings. We all have one creator, my God. A lot of people call him different names, Elijah, Shiva, Buddha, whatever your God is, okay, because he has many names. You have to have faith in that God and you have to have unwavering faith. And this is where you draw your constant energy from, because my God is illimitable. He's omniscient. He's omnipotent. He's omni-everything, okay? And you can draw infinite energy from him because he creates infinite energy. The energy in the sun is God. The energy in your cells is God. The energy in your bloodstream is God. The energy in your mind, it's all God, okay? The energy that we create and that we hone and that we manipulate and divvy out and take in, it's all coming from one place. There's only one energy source, omnipotent energy source in the entire universe, okay? And that's the higher up. That's your vertical alignment, okay? Now, how you draw energy from this, okay? This is how you do it. We have scriptures. We have hymns. We have the word, which are the swords of the spirit. They are weapons of mass destruction. Your tongue can cut somebody deeper than any weapon. Believe that. I've had it done to me and I've done it to other people. So, how do you draw this constant energy? All right. Think about your favorite scripture, okay? When I was young, it used to be Jesus wept because I was in Sunday school and it was easy to remember. One of my favorite scriptures, let's see. Let's take a popular one, okay? Everybody is familiar with Philippians 4:13, right? I can do everything through Christ which strengtheneth me. If it's KJV, if it's NIV, I can do everything through Christ which strengthens me, okay? All right, now, if you are going through some kind of mental hardship, some type of financial hardship, some type of physical hardship, you can be in the gym, it's just that last weight you gotta hit, rent is coming up, you don't have rent, you just may stop believing in yourself, you may just stop losing faith in whatever that you're doing, whatever your profession is. If you just take a moment, okay, and by a moment I mean 5 minutes, step to the side, go somewhere silent, as silent as possible, and sit there, close your eyes and think to yourself, I can do everything through Christ which strengthens me. I can do everything through Christ which strengthens me. I can do everything through Christ which strengthens me. And this isn't brainwashing yourself. This is you drawing in energy, okay? This is you molding your chakras. This is you bringing in all that universal energy, because we are all energy beings, okay? When I see people, I don't see flesh, okay? I don't see bones. I don't see physical features. I see energy, yeah? We're all energy beings, okay? You get it? All right, good. So, your vertical alignment, when you're drawing in this energy and you're reciting your favorite hymn, or you're reading your favorite scripture over and over in your head in a silent place, and then when you come back to, now you have energy. All right? It's been known throughout history. Ask any great speaker, ask any great athlete, ask any great thinker, Alexander Graham Bell, ask Michael Jordan, ask any great pitcher who pitched a no-hitter. It takes a lot of mental prowess. It isn't just physicality. It takes a lot of mental prowess to stand up and pitch a no-hitter. Somebody like Nolan Ryan, just great baseball players who get up on that mound and pitch 9 innings without getting any hits. A no-hitter means that a batter will hit it and they'll either catch it for an out, or they'll hit it and it'll be a ground hit and they'll throw it for an out, or they'll just strike them out, okay? Or they might foul out, or it's just a no-hitter. They don't score. So for somebody to get up there and do that for 9 innings, you ever seen a pitcher in Major League Baseball after a game, they put all this ice and all this heat and all these wraps up on their shoulder? Because it's very hard to do. How are they doing that? How are professional athletes somebody who plays basketball playing 88 games a season, how do they play overtime, game 7 in a championship or game 7 in the playoffs? How do they push past that? How their bodies are worn? You know what I mean? NBA players have bad knees and broken fingers, and they going through some kind of hardship somewhere else that none of us might know about. How do they get through that? It's because they have constant energy that they draw from something higher above. Okay, people that don't have that, people that are not in tune with that and don't tap into that, they are empty shells. Okay, some of those empty shells are surrounding you right now. Some of them are probably watching this video with you right now. All right, separate yourself from those people. Okay, you can't help everybody. All right, everybody can be great, but everybody doesn't accept their greatness. I'm gonna run that back. Everybody can be great, but everybody doesn't want to accept their greatness. And you can't force greatness upon somebody. You can tell somebody greatness is upon you. Greatness is upon you. Quote Les Brown, unquote Jim Rome. Greatness is upon you. So I just wanted to leave you with that. Be constant. Have that constant energy. Don't let anything affect you in your vertical alignment. Yeah, because that's the only thing that you have at the end of the day. If you're paralyzed in a bed, in a hospital, God forbid, and you're looking up, what's the only thing you got? A vertical alignment. Somebody might come visit you and you looking left and right like this, like, yeah, good to see you, but it's your vertical alignment. So why not tap into that now? If you have 5 senses and you can walk and you can talk to people and you're physically able to do great things, why not go out and do something great? Stop talking about it. Don't just read it in the paper or read it on Yahoo News or whatever's on the internet. You know, go out and be that great person. Go out and do something. Stop talking about it and just go out and do it. You always talk about what you want to do or what you're trying to do. Just say, I will do this, declare it, put it out to the universe, and then it'll happen. But how does it happen? How do you have enough energy? How do you have enough confidence? How do you remain positive? What's going to pull you to do that? It's your vertical alignment. You got to have that constant energy, because as humans, okay, we have a finite source of energy, okay? Humans have a finite source of energy. That means that one day your energy is going to run out. Hence why we sleep, hence why we eat, hence why we do all other human things, okay? Every mortal thing happens for a reason, okay? But the immortal, omnipotent, omniscient being up above, if you have that vertical alignment with him, he'll just be sending you energy. He'll just be sending down that energy like, here, take it. Take it, my child. Here you go. Spread some around, you know, like coaches. That's why I like coaches so much. My high school coaches, my little league coaches, and then when I got to college and I served in the military, drill sergeants, you know, they're kind of like coaches. But all those men and all those women and all those great people, they had a lot of constant energy from above, and then they spread it out to their players, you know. And right now, as a health coach, that's what I'm doing to people. Okay, I've been blessed, and I'm sharing my blessings with you, and I want you to know that constant energy is definitely possible. You can do it. Tap into that vertical alignment. Right now, if somebody's getting on your nerves, you might be at work, you might be home, it might be your kids, it might be anybody, family members, they're the worst, okay? Step to the side, take 5 minutes, close your eyes, enter somewhere silent. It can be in a bathroom stall, I don't care where you go. Go somewhere silent where it's only you and him. Lock your closet, and then have that constant vertical alignment, have that constant hymn, that constant scripture. Come back to, go back. You're refreshed. Constant energy, y'all understand? Yeah? North and south, trekking like an Amtrak? Okay, it's Friday. Act like it. For those of you who are traveling, travel safely. And I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Herbalife. What's up? It's like 8 a.m. I'm fired up. I don't know what it is this morning. I think I had my night works, nitric oxide levels. Google Louis Ignaro. See what nitrous oxide does for the heart. But listen, it's morning. It's great. It's beautiful. I'm in my doorway. I was like, let me shoot right here, right now, because I want to be out with life. It's morning time, and I'm about to cannonball into my day. It's Cyrah and I got on clothes. Now listen, cannonballing, right? Cannonballing like power, like force. One of the greatest masters in the universe and one of the greatest people to ever live. A master, Bruce Lee. His sidekick was like a cannonball. He sidekicked the man in the chest, and they said it felt like a cannonball. That's what the guy said. It felt like he got hit in the chest with a cannonball. So this is the thing today. We're going to talk about cannonballing in life. You ever seen somebody at the swimming pool, right? And they want to get in the water, but because it's a pool party, or they're at the swimming pool, and not a lot of people in the water, or they're not really in the water, they don't get in the water because of other people, or because of, you know, they say they want to get wet, but they really don't want to. So now what happens, they sit on that side of the pool and they start toe dipping. They justify in their head that, well, I said that I was going to get in the water, so I'm sitting on the side of the pool, my toes are in, so I'm in the water, even though they want to feel like a kid and they want to just dive in and jump in and cannonball and swim and backstroke and do this with their hair and feel like a kid again and get chlorine all in their eyes and get out and be all hungry from swimming and drinking water from sweating and perspiring in the water, and that's how they really want to feel. But because everybody else is not doing it and they're not cannonballing in life, they just want to toe dip and then justify something in their head saying, well, I got wet. I said I was going to get in the pool. I got in, technically. Even though that's not what they feel. So what I'm saying is, in life, you got to cannonball everything. Cannonball whatever it is that you do. If you go to school, be on time. If you're a teenager, you're watching this, if you go to school, be on time. Cannonball in class, get straight A's. Summa cum laude if you're in college. Be on the D's list. On a roll with distinction. Like, cannonball everything. If you're an athlete, go on the field and every day go hard. Go to practice early, leave practice late. When I used to be in high school, right after school, field, all right? I'm on the field. I think practice was like at 3:30 p.m. As soon as school is over at 3:10, I'm in the locker room, I'm heading to the field, all right? I don't have no distractions. You know, I'm not talking to people. I see you all day at school. I gotta go to practice. After practice is over, we backpedaling 100 yards. As Joe Calhoun, we backpedaling the whole field until we get it down as a defensive back. If you're a lineman, go ahead and hit some pads. If you're a linebacker, go out there and get some footwork done, or go lift. Do something, do 100 push-ups, cannonball, whatever it is that you do. If you're a grown person and you're watching this, if you got kids, go hard for your kids. If that's the reason why you do what you do, go hard. Don't let your kids down. If you're having a problem with somebody at work, it doesn't matter if you have a problem with that person, because you got to go to work, you got to get your money, and you have to support your children, right? That's your why. That's why you function. That's your DMO. Your daily method of operation is that you get up, you go to work, you come home, you feed your kids, you take care of your family, right? So why wouldn't you cannonball and give them the best life ever and be the best person that you can be by cannonballing and punching everything in the face? Go hard. Your presence must be known everywhere you go. It was a saying that I saw. I was looking on a website, a particular website that I forget at the current moment, but it had a good quote. And the quote was, if people don't appreciate your presence, make them appreciate your absence. So you see, even when I'm not there and I'm not present, I'm still present. Because when I'm there, I'm cannonballing. So when I'm not there, they're like, where's the guy that's always cannonballing around here? Where is he at? Where's this powerful person at? Because you can be there here. Wherever you are, you can be there right here. People knew you and you were connected to people before you even know them physically in the flesh. You see what I'm saying? Before people even knew you, they knew you. Somebody ever walked in a room, or you ever met somebody and you just felt like you already knew that person? Like, do we know each other? Girls do it all the time. Oh my God, are we BFFs? Like, I feel like I know you. You ever said that to somebody? Has somebody ever said that to you? I feel like I know you. That's because they do. Deja vu and dreams and familiar faces, 6 degrees of separation. This stuff goes back. If you look in the book, he knew us, him, the supreme creator, whoever you believe in, he knew us even before we was in the womb. That means before that you were in this physical world, before you were in United States of America, in whatever country that you live in, 7 different continents, wherever you are, he knew you before you were you. You see, he granted us the power of free will. We can do whatever we want to do. All of us are powerful. All of us made it. If we're here, we made it, right? You know, fertilization, the embryo, the egg, the sperms, making it to the nucleus of the whole operation, beating all the other ones out. Like, that was us. That was me. I was the sperm that made it. All right? If you're 13, you're watching this, pay attention to sex education, okay? We made it, and we're here. We're all powerful. It doesn't matter if you have some kind of mental deficiency or physical deficiency, you're still here. on this plane that we live in. Start cannonballing. Start taking advantage of that. You deserve it. We don't deserve not to be great. Why wouldn't you want to be great? Why are you justifying something in your head saying, I'm going to settle? What is that? Why are you settling? Cannonball. Whatever you do, you're doing it for a reason. You might have chosen to do it. You might have chosen your path. You might have not chosen your path. But be grateful that you have a path, because some people don't. Be grateful for everything. Be grateful. Cannonball. I think y'all got it. Y'all got this? I'm just a little fired up this morning. You have to excuse me. I do have on clothes though. Just go like this if you understand, north and south. You're tracking like an Amtrak, okay? Happy Monday. Thank God it's Monday. This is going up pronto. And I hope I didn't scare people with how I'm talking to you, how I'm acting. But visit the website, visit the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Cannonball, guys. I'm serious. I'm serious. You know, this is when I go into my meat. This is the meat of it. Like, I'm really serious. I'm so serious. You ever seen somebody smile? Like, when somebody smile and they serious, that's how you know they're serious. Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm like that serious. You see what I'm saying? It's a serious matter. All right? Shout out to the women of Alpha Kappa Alpha. This is a serious matter. You have to cannonball. Stop toe dipping. Cannonball everything. Cannonball yourself mentally. Read a book. Ask people's goals. Sometimes I have a conversation with people. They say they want to be a millionaire in a certain amount of years. They say they have all these goals about supporting their family or retiring their mom. And you want to do these things, but you haven't read a book in 3 years. You might want to read a book. Not that you're just going to go win the lottery. What are your odds? Go read a book. All right? That's one thing. Cannonball mentally. Physically, you got to cannonball. And that's not something about going to the gym or working out like crazy. You don't have to be Bruce Leroy. You don't have to sit there and study martial arts and do everything. And just give your temple, your body, the physical thing that's harnessing your spirit on this realm. Give it the proper nutrition. Eat the right things. You know what's right and bad. You know what's good and wrong. You see how I mix those together? Like, you know the difference between right and wrong. You know that. So give your body what it needs, all right? Drink water. Take your weight, divide it in half, drink that amount of ounces. If I'm 180 pounds, I need to be drinking 90 ounces of water a day. Study water. Don't just drink tap water. Don't just drink bottled water. Drink alkaline water. Research that. Do your own research, all right? Mentally, physically, morally. Do the right thing. You know the difference between right and wrong. You know it. If it's wrong, it feels bad. If it's right, it feels good. Now, I'm not saying sometimes the wrong thing doesn't feel good, but you know deep down in your heart the difference between right and wrong. Something that feels good when you do a good deed, all right? The lady from Samaria, when you do something good, you know that it's right in your heart. It's not even all the time. It's not in your heart. It's just like right in here, like right in your sternum. It's just like, ugh, like you can just feel it, like that gut feeling that's right. Do right and kill everything, all right? Drake didn't make that up. That's in the Bible. Do right and kill everything. Morally, physically, mentally, spiritually. Whatever you do, whoever you choose, study that. You know, this we all dream. We all go to sleep. We're all unconscious. We all daydream. Come on. That's something that's not here. You know it's something to that. Scientifically, you can't even explain what a dream is, you know, and then you have certain people who try to explain it and we think we gotten it figured out, but everything's a miracle. Sight is a miracle. You can sit here and scientifically say, oh, it's photosynthesis from the retina and your pupils and it's bouncing the light off of the color spectrum and that's eyesight. That's what it is. You can try to explain it all you want, but it's a miracle. The 5 senses is a miracle. Sleeping is a miracle. Waking up is a miracle. Dreaming. People's dreams coming to fruition. What is that? When people say, oh, in my wildest dreams, I would have never imagined that I got here. Look at an Olympian. Look at the 1996 Olympics and look at the girl that vaulted. How about that? Shout out to Amy Hendricks from the President's team in Minnesota. Look up the 1996 Atlanta Olympics when the gymnastics team was going to get gold. Shout out to Gabby Douglas with the Hawkins family. My name is Cyrah Hawkins. Who won all the gold, and congratulations from winning all the gold in London. But the thing is, Look up the 1996 Olympics and look at that girl who sprung her ankle when she was about to vault. That girl was cannonballing, all right? That's a spiritual thing. She took something from her spirit. Sleeping, dreaming, aiming high, declaring big for goals, speaking, thinking. It's not all physical. It's not all mental. Most of it's moral, okay? Because if you just do right instead of wrong, you'll get far. Every time I did something wrong, I got punished for it. Karma. Every time. Every time. Sometimes it's immediate. You know, when you're a small child, you talk back to your mom and she pop you in the lip. You know, my mom's left-handed, so it was like a left-handed smack, like a smack in the face. I love you, Mom. Hi, Mom. So, cannonball, man. I'm tired of people toe dipping. If you toe dipping, if you're a toe dipper, you can't hang around me. All right? We're not friends. You can't hang around me if you're toe dipping. I'm not going to judge you. I'm just going to tell you about yourself. I'm going to be like, you're toe dipping. Cannonball. If I'm toe dipping, call me out. All right? I'm all in. Who's in with me? Y'all ready? Y'all ready Monday? Let's go. Y'all already know what it is. I'm out. I'll see y'all next time. Hey everybody, I'm Cyrah and we're going to go over a Bible verse. Well, a couple verses actually. This one is Matthew 13:24. Jesus tells the parable of weeds. It's going out of my application study Bible. Shout out to Lauren Lease. All right. Here's another story Jesus told. The kingdom of heaven is like a farmer who planted good seed in his field. But that night as the workers slept, his enemy came and planted weeds among the wheat, then slipped away. When the crop began to grow and produce grain, the weeds also grew. The farmer's workers went to him and said, "Sir, the field where you planted that good seed is full of weeds. Where did they come from?" "An enemy has done this," the farmer exclaimed. "Should we pull out the weeds?" they asked. "No," he replied. "You'll uproot the wheat if you do that. Let both grow together until the harvest. Then I will tell the harvesters to sort out the weeds, tie them to bundles, and burn them, and put the wheat in the barn." Now, what does this mean? Let's go down to the text and see what the context means and what's this metaphor. The young weeds and the young blades of wheat look the same and can't be distinguished until they are grown and ready for harvest. You know anybody like that? Weeds, unbelievers, and wheat, believers, must live side by side in this world. God allows unbelievers to remain for a while, just as the farmer allows weeds to remain in the field so the surrounding wheat isn't uprooted with them. At the harvest, however, the weeds will be uprooted and thrown away. God's harvest, judgment of all people, is coming. We are to make ourselves ready and make sure that our faith is sincere. So the thing is, heaven isn't a geographic place. It isn't something that you have to go or some land that's far away. You can create heaven right now. How you can create your heaven is by doing what's right. In my experience and what I've learned in life, it's about doing what's right, creating your heaven, making a decision in the morning with your attitude. That's where it can start from. Your heaven can be created by you, and it will be created by you every morning with your attitude. Know that everybody isn't going to be a bundle of wheat around you. There's going to be a lot of weeds, okay? A lot of weeds. I'm surrounded by weeds every day. Make the decision to live and coexist side by side with them, because they're going to get burned when they get burned. The weeds, they're not going to be around for long, okay? But the wheat, the good seeds, that's what you want. Surround yourself with the wheat, because we're in a place and we're at a time and a point in life where we can actually make the decision. See, at first, even God, he had to figure it out. He do things a little differently now. You look at the Old Testament, New Testament, and even nowadays, there's a little stuff done a little differently, right? Cities aren't being just pulverized and destroyed. I mean, you might have hurricanes every now and then come through and tear some stuff up because some stuff has to rebuild, yeah? Because there's some evil going around. He has to wipe some stuff out. But you're not getting, there's no modern day Sodom. People aren't being turned into pillars of salt. And when he speaks to us, it isn't booming thunder and rainstorms and everything like that. It's 7 plagues. You know what I mean? So it's some stuff that's been worked out. But just know that if you study your history, all right? Okay, it's cool to get a Bible. I even got a Bible too. If you go to a hotel and you steal a Bible, it's not stealing. Those Bibles are there for you to take. The Gideons, the group that put them out, put them there for you to take. So next time you go into a hotel, take a Bible, crack it open and just start reading. I just opened it up and just started reading. I was like, oh, I remember this one. And this parable is strong because I know that a lot of us, including myself, when I talk and do these videos, I'm talking to myself mainly, we're surrounded by these weeds, and we have to make the decision to not pull and uproot or fight the weeds because they're going to be there no matter what. So we actually make the decision whether to be the weed or the wheat. So if you want to be the wheat, if you want to be somebody who's positive and motivating and pretty much going towards the upward slope of mankind, not contributing to the downward slope, something that isn't benefiting everybody forever, go ahead, make the decision, be the weed. But you know what? You have to be the best weed out there. I want you, if you're going to be side by side and grow with me, because I'm going to be the best version of myself, I'm going to be the best wheat plant out there. If you're going to be that weed, well, be the best weed so I have a good rival. Because I'm wheat. I'm that good seed because I made the decision. You see what I'm saying? And you can transform. We have the ability to transform. You know what I mean? You can grow up and be a weed, and you can think that it's not your decision. You can grow up however you want to grow up, but then you can make a decision and say, you know what? I'm going to be wheat. You can do that. So I hope y'all got a message today. This is not me preaching. It's simply sharing my thoughts about people making decisions. I've made a decision today to live the best day ever. Why not? You can do the same thing. You can make videos like this. You can inspire people. Even if I get 10 likes, that's 10 people that maybe or may not have been inspired. Out of those 10 people, if 10% of them are inspired, that means I inspired one person. So who are you inspiring today? Who are you cracking open your Bible and read it with? When's the last time you read a book? When's the last time you read a Bible? Just think about these things, because we'll get sidetracked and we won't do it. But until we surround ourselves with people that are doing it, we won't really get it. So when I go on social media, when I talk to people face to face, when I call somebody on the phone, I'm going to discuss something that's going to better both of us. And I hope that I can have conversations with people and they can refer things to me. See, simplicity is always key in life. This is very simple. You either wheat or you're a weed. Simple, right? It's a parable, but it's compared to life. So I want everybody to live powerfully. I want everybody to make the decision to be good seed. You don't have to be a weed. Notice the weeds. Don't go pointing people up like, hey, you're a weed, you're a weed. It's like, no, you know, and a lot of people smoke it, but be the weed. Make the decision to be better. Why be worse? Y'all feel me? Let's get it. This is Cyrah signing off. Peace. What up, guys? Cyrah. Just got done working out. What I want to talk to you guys today was about petty things. A lot of people say, oh, that's petty. Oh, that's beneath me. I'm grown. I don't need to address that. The thing is, we do. Okay, guys? You do need to address the petty things. Think about a brick wall. They're made up of bricks. These bricks are fabulous. They were made and crafted by the best craftsmen in the world. But if the concrete in between the bricks isn't fine-tuned, and those petty things and all the little things in between in those bricks, if they aren't fine-tuned and addressed and taken care of, then the wall will crumble. So the thing is, inside of you, when you don't want to address things and you sweep it under the rug, you're going to keep sweeping and sweeping. You're going to build a mountain and monuments of pettiness. So when things are petty, or you think you're too grown for things, think of yourself as the kindergartner. Because a kindergartner, if you haven't been to a kindergarten in a while, go. Because they address all the stuff. And then they get over it. You'll sleep better at night. Trust me. You'll sleep better when you have petty differences with somebody, or if something seems so small and minute, it's just, oh, I'm grown. You know, the next time I see that person, I'll act as if nothing happened. You know, address somebody. Hey, I don't really understand what you said to me or what you meant when you said this. Or, you know, hey, is everything going okay with you? Like, you look, you know, kind of down, or you seem kind of distant. Like, ask the person. And then if they respond to you in a way that you weren't expecting, cool, you did what you had to do for yourself. So now, you know, you're better. Because survival, you can't bite through your own skin. We care about ourselves. You're going to survive yourself. And to survive better, what I found out in my experience is to address the petty things. You'll get over things a lot quicker. You'll feel a lot better. You'll sleep better at night, because even though you say, I'm going to sleep fine at night, you're really not if you're having to say that to yourself. If you have to talk to somebody about something that, you know, you discussed, or if somebody said something, or somebody did something to you or wronged you in any type of way, you know, address it. Get uncomfortable. You know, that's your next level, and your next step in life is to address the petty things, the minute things. I'll tell you one more thing about momentum. Okay, when you have momentum in your life and you got momentum going for you, everything's going, everything's moving, everything is smooth. And that's when you can ignore the petty stuff. But when you're at a standstill, when you're at a part, or you're at some kind of point in your life where you don't find yourself moving the way you want to, that's financially, that's in relationships, that's spiritually, it's one thing. or a bunch of little things, because a train that's moving, a 1-inch wood block, if you put it in front of the train, it will not move, it cannot start. But if you have a train that has momentum and it's going, it'll crash through a 5-foot steel block without the conductor even, hey, did we hit something? The conductor won't even know what happened. That's when you have that momentum going. If you don't have that momentum, to get the momentum going, you have to address the petty things, because until that conductor gets out the train and picks up that small wooden block and moves it, it's like, oh, all aboard, now we can go. See what I'm saying? So if you want to all aboard your life, and if you want to get it moving, address the petty stuff, like address it. That's all you got to do. This is Cyrah, Herbalife, let's get it. I love my life. Just got out of the shower again. It's Cyrah. Talking to y'all today about pushing versus pulling, okay? Pushing versus pulling. So, that's a text message. So, pretty much it goes like this. It's the end of March, April is here. We're 3 months into the new year, 2013. We're 25% of the way done. It was January 1st 3 months ago. Now, it's about to be April 1st. I'm going to release this on April 1st, and I just wanted to let the world know that I'm going to stop being healthy. I'm tired of it. I've been pushing myself too hard, and I'm tired of everybody not being healthy and criticizing me and being so negative. Yeah, April Fools. You get it? Yeah, April Fools. See? I have a sense of humor. So let's get serious, okay? Now, all the stuff that I just mentioned, it all happens. It happens throughout life. When you were in kindergarten, you had a negative person who said, you don't color better than me. You don't color in the lines. When you were in middle school, you probably got teased for your freckles or your braces. Now you're probably a person that has the most beautiful skin on earth, and you're probably a dermatologist, or you have the most beautiful smile in the world. Yeah, whatever. All right, I never had a cavity. So, in other words, negativity is going to be there. Crush it with positivity. Positive always outshines negativity. Now, as far as pushing and pulling, okay? Y'all understand the basic concept of pushing and pulling. You understand that basic concept. You either push or you pull. Now, what I'm going to convey to you is something I largely got a part of from Tony Robbins, and a good friend of mine named Monica. She actually taught me this method as well, and it has been confirmed through myself, through my friends, through conversations, through books and reading, through the internet, everywhere. All right, so this is the concept. Now, most people say, okay, it's a new year, it's a new me, and I'm going to push myself, and I'm going to eat right, and I'm going to work out like crazy. That's great, yeah. But that never lasts, okay? When you're a human, you have a certain amount of willpower, okay? If I set a piece of cake right here, if I set a piece of cake right there and I just left it there, after about an hour, I'm going to want to have a bite of the cake, and then if I have a bite, I'm going to say, okay, I might as well just eat the cake. It's not going to hurt me, right? Let me tell you something about willpower. If you're a human, it never lasts. I don't care how strong you think you are. We're all in the flesh and we're all weak, and willpower never lasts. When you're pushing yourself, it's a limit, okay? Now, when you're pulling, it's a limit, but it's easier. Pulling is always easier than pushing. If you don't agree with it, imagine this, okay? I'm gonna paint a picture. It's a hill. You're rolling up a steel ball, 50-pound steel ball. You're rolling it up a hill, okay? You're rolling, you're pushing, right? When you get tired, because we're human and we're all gonna get tired after a while, right? You're gonna rest up against the ball, or you're gonna try to stop it, and when you stop, it's gonna start rolling downhill, gravity, right? And then it's gonna roll downhill, and you're gonna be like, you're still gonna be exerting energy, and it's just so hard to keep pushing it. So some people who just lack willpower, you know, more than other people, like some people have less willpower than other people, right? So they might just move out the way and let the ball roll over at the hill, and they'll say, oh, I'll roll it up tomorrow. You know, and then the next day will come, oh, I'll roll it up tomorrow. Before you know, it's the middle of the week, it's hump day. Oh, I'll roll it up next week, next month, next year. They let the ball go. That's what we call dropping the ball. You get it? So, if you're a person who has more willpower and you don't lack as much as other people, you're going to sit there and you're going to say, nah, I'm going to push myself and I'm going to eat right and I'm going to be healthy. And the ball's here and it's moving you down. You go, time for another push. You know, and you push the ball a little bit more. You might have other people come helping you push. Now y'all pushing the ball together. But they're going to get tired too, just like you. Now when it's a pull, if somebody has a rope tied to the ball and they're pulling it, yeah, you're going up the hill and you're pulling it. When you get tired, you're not going backwards. You can put the rope down. You can tie the rope to something. You know, in other words, you can step on the rope. In other words, it's easier to pull than push. And then when you're pulling and you have people helping you pulling, you ever seen in a movie where it's like, oh, come here, don't leave. And somebody's grabbing you and they're pulling you. Then somebody's pulling me and we're all pulling each other and everybody's going like this and pulling and tying it over. And it's a group effort now, and pulling is easier than pushing. When you had a rope battle, you know what I'm talking about. I can't think of it for the life of me right now, but you're pulling the rope. What is it called? Tug of war. So when you're having tug of war, what are people doing? Are they pushing the rope? That doesn't make any sense. They're pulling like it's a pull. It's a team effort. I'm pulling. This team's pulling. You know, and that's a tug of war. That's battling. And I'm going to talk about war in a second. But when you're pulling, it's easier as far as a group effort. So if you're having a health kick or a push and you're pushing yourself, your willpower is going to cut out after a while because you're human. You know, and then the push is going to stop. Your health kick is going to stop. Many people come to me and say, okay, Cyrah, what is this Herbalife thing? What is it? I tell them, because I'm not a salesman. I don't call people 24/7 and say, hey, get healthy, because that's a push. You know, it's more of a pull. I put my business out there in the world because I want everybody healthy, and everybody should want to be healthy and take care of themselves. So I put my business out there in the world, my business as far as me being healthy, me getting other people healthy, people who are on health kicks, or people who want to extrapolate their health, or people who want to alleviate their type 2 diabetes, which I do for people who want to alleviate some type of disorder or disease that they have, which nutrition can fix, which is a lot of them. Okay, I put my experiences out there for the world. I share my experiences. People call me, people reach out to me, and I simply tell them to call me. You know, emails are cool, Facebooks are cool. That takes a lot longer. I like to call and get to the point. So people call me and I share my experience, and then we go from there. See what I'm saying? So it's a pull. You know, I'm drawing in, you know, energy, chakra, chi. I'm pulling it in because I'm putting it out there like, look, I have this ball of hope, and then everybody's drawn to it. But if I take my ball and put it in little pieces, I like metaphors. If I put it in little pieces and just throw it at people, it's like, here, taste this. Get some energy. Get some energy. They're going to be like, nom, nom, nom. I tasted the energy. Oh, I'm good. You know, I'm straight. And now I'm worn out because I'm pushing and I'm divvying up all my power rather than honing it in and focusing it and saying, here, come get some of this. Here, come join me. Be a part of my team. Be a part of this movement. We're changing the world, literally. A push is easier than a pull. Now, some people say, oh, I want to do it the hard way. I want to push myself. I just want to eat clean and work out like crazy. That's great. Do that. But don't stop, because the push is going to stop. And then other people are going to help you push, and then that's eventually going to stop. Get some people to help you pull. Because if it's a wall, it's a steel barricade, and you're pushing that steel barricade, and you can't see what's on the other side, if it's somebody there pulling, it gets easier and easier. And then more people are helping you pull. You're not pushing by yourself. Text message. You're not pushing by yourself. People are pulling. Sometimes people pulling and you're not even seeing it happen. You know, more people are on your team than you can imagine, okay? So people are pulling, right? Yeah, people are pulling on the other side. So I guess the question is, well, who's the person at the top that's pulling everybody? Well, duh, vertical alignment, you remember that lesson? Is one ultimate being that has infinite energy in the whole universe and in the whole galaxy. That's providing an infinite source of energy. So all the energy is coming from there, but you have all these helpers that's pulling you. Now remember, I said I was going to talk to you about war, because all is fair in love and war. War is going to exist, and it's never going to stop. Even if it's jihad, or even if it's some type of holy war, or if you're at war with yourself about being healthy and being unhealthy. War is a natural thing. It's been happening since the beginning of time. It's going to happen until the end of time. Okay? It's a natural part of life. So, but what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Kia. So, war. What general, what emperor, what master of war, or tactician or strategist do you know that attacked the army by themselves? Go ahead, tell me. Tell me somebody who invaded somebody or just was at a battle with somebody who did it all by themselves. In life, you have to help people. People have to help you. You can't be a great general without your soldiers, without your other lieutenants, without your captains, without your peons. Look at the game of chess. Is it just king versus king? No, it's a queen right there by his side who's the strongest piece on the board. It's a bishop, it's a rook, it's a knight, and there's plenty of pawns, okay? But ultimately, the pawn can get to the other side of the board and become the strongest piece, right? the queen, okay? So, in the king, that actually represents the people. The king doesn't represent the strongest person in the kingdom. It represents hope for the people. It represents the children, people that are going to grow up and keep the kingdom going. That's what the king piece on the chessboard denotes, okay? Now, as far as war and you being a general, strategist, tactician, conqueror, because war is inevitable, right? It's happened since the beginning of time. It's going to happen to the end of time. What person do you know attacked or invaded or went to a battle or war by themselves? Achilles. Look at mythology, because fact, fiction, mythology, somebody wrote it. Yeah, it was written by real people, so everything comes from some type of real place. So even Achilles, who had an Achilles tendon that was his weak spot, but he was virtually immortal, even he had his myrmidon. Even he went to battle with other soldiers and attacked people, you know? Name somebody. Sun Tzu, General Patton, Dwight D. Eisenhower, name George Washington, name somebody, Zhuge Liang. I can go on and on. Napoleon Bonaparte. I mean, name somebody who went to war by themselves and pushed themselves and was victorious. You can't name anybody. You always need people to help you. You always need those soldiers. You need people to go to battle with you. So if you're going to be healthy and you're going to be in the best shape of your life, why would you want to go to battle by yourself? Why wouldn't you want other soldiers and other generals and emperors and people helping you? Why wouldn't you want to create a kingdom? Why wouldn't you want to really transform your life for the permanent, not a temporary state? Because January 1st is going to dictate your life every year. What sense does that make? Even if you're a person that has a large amount of willpower, you start on January 1st, you end on December 31st, in the middle, whatever happens, you're choppy, but for the most part, you did it. Oh, guess what? It's January 1st again. You're going to have a new declaration? Are you going to have some kind of New Year's resolution again? Are you going to push yourself for a whole year? So your whole life, every January 1st, you're pushing yourself, and that's not going to run out. You're not going to want to be bad. Get some people to help you. Get some people to pull you. Pull other people. Because even if you get high and you're doing good, you have to lift as you climb. So even when you get high on that ladder, you got to reach down and pull people up with you. The higher you get, the lower you got to bend your back and pull people up with you. And you should want to help people, because you didn't get to where you're at if somebody didn't help you and open the door for you and pull that steel cage with you. Pull that block. You see how all this is tying together? Everything's infinity. Everything's a loop. Energy goes like this. It's infinite. It's neither created or destroyed, okay? It's simply transferred. Transfer some of that positive energy you have for somebody else. Don't always try to push yourself. You deserve better than that. You don't have to push yourself all the time. Other people shouldn't have to help push you. That's depression. Look up melatonin and serotonin levels in the brain. When you severely increase or severely decrease those levels, you can be in a high state of depression. I went through that. Plenty of people went through it. You get other people to try to help you push through your depression, you might drag them down with you, because now they're helping you push, and they're like, oh, this is depressing, you know. It's never good when somebody's helping you push. It never lasts, because you're going to lack the willpower, they're going to lack the willpower. We're beings in the flesh, energy decreases, energy increases, but when somebody's pulling you, it's so much easier, it's so much better. Be that puller. Don't be a pusher. Be a helper. Don't always be a helpee. Somebody has to help you at one point, so you're like, oh, yay, I'm being helped. But now it's your turn to start helping other people. Don't be up under somebody your whole life. Be the person that somebody else has to be up under, okay? Now, as far as being a mentor and having a mentor, keep that going, because we all have to sharpen each other, okay? Iron doesn't sharpen iron. Remember that. That's a saying that's null and void. Iron does not sharpen iron. Iron is sharpened by a whetstone. Be somebody's whetstone. If you don't know what it is, look it up. W-H-E-T, stone, all right? That's all I wanted to convey to y'all today about pushing and pulling. So be that puller. You know, I always ramble, but let me leave you with this, because people only remember about 7% of what you say. In science, I probably learned this in 2nd grade. I don't know. Look up a pulley, all right? Look up resistance and then look up a pulley. Because if you have a large block, a stone block that you have to lift off the ground, if you get a whole bunch of people to help you lift it, all right, that's a united push, right? It's hard, but it's fair. You know, you're gonna lift it up with everybody. Oh, let's lift this stone up and let's move it out the way, right? Now, if you build with that same team a pulley, you know, it's like a circle here, and then it's a a rope here, and then it goes around and it goes up, and then you can create several pulleys. The resistance is going to be lighter. Now all you have to do is just wind whatever pulley device that you've created, and it just lifts right up, and then you can swing it and move it right out of the way, because it's a pulley. It's not a pushy, it's a pulley. Pulling is so much easier, and I'm not saying it's weak or it's the route, the less hard route, because some people like a challenge. But you know what your challenge can be? See how many people you can pull at once. That's a challenge. Don't push yourself so hard. Pull, create a pulley, and then see how many people that you can get you to help build that pulley, and then be that pulley for people. So that's what I'm conveying to y'all today. Pushing and pulling. Make sense? Yeah? North and South? Tracking like an Amtrak? This was brought to you by Herbalife 24. No, but hit me up. Cyrah Omega on everything. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, because that's everything nowadays. And my next video, I promise you I'm going to have on clothes. But usually I'm in the shower and I'm talking and I'm thinking and I'm like, okay, they have to know this. So thank you for watching. I don't know how long this is. I always plan for 5 minutes, but it always goes over. And I'm going to go put a title on this that says something creative. And this is the throne. And I'll see y'all on Friday. So, April Fools. Yeah. See you later. So guys, today what we're going to talk about is paradigm. I was watching a TV show last night called Supermarket Sweep. I was just thinking about it. It was a late 80s show where couples or friends or, they got together on this show and they started answering questions. And the more questions they answered correctly, they got time added to their clock. And at the end of the TV show, they would go, 2-3 minutes and go throughout the supermarket and sweep it up and get money. The grand prize is $5,000. So their paradigm with that TV show was, I can win $5,000. Between two people, we got to split it. And then taxes and whatever. So you're coming out there winning about what? 2 racks? And that was their paradigm. They was fired up. The whole show I was watching, 19 minutes long. They was winning $100 here, fired up. They was winning $250 here, super happy. But and then I'm asking you guys, where is your mind at? Where's the paradigm shift happening? Because you can go to other TV shows like Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And you can go on these shows and you can win much more than $5,000. I mean, I think Wheel of Fortune has toss-up puzzles for $5,000. And I'm not just relating the message to you today as far as money. That's just something we have in common. That's a common denominator. It's going to be some kind of currency. Here in the U.S. we have Federal Reserve notes. So in this show, the paradigm was we can go in here and win $5,000, and that's as far as it went. But if you go on another TV show or another game show, you can win what? What's the grand prize? $25,000 on Wheel of Fortune? I think you can win $1 million on that now. Jeopardy, it used to be after a week, that's it. But you can win endlessly now. So I want to ask you in your life, what game show are you playing? What's your paradigm in your life? See, if you go on Supermarket Sweep and you stay playing that game, you can only win up to $5,000 per TV show and whatever you sweep throughout the market. But you start playing another game, somewhere, some aspect in your life, you start opening up your mind to different opportunities, doing something you wouldn't normally do, or submitting yourself to something you normally wouldn't submit yourself to, and you start playing a whole nother game. Your paradigm shifts. You start attracting more in your life. You grow in abundance. You attract everything in your life that you want and deserve and need. And what I'm telling you today is that I have a tool for you. And you might not want to go with me. You might not want to go with Herbalife or anything else that people are affiliated with. But I'm sitting here telling you that I want to encourage you and implore you to do something with somebody. Don't just do anything and keep your paradigm where it's at. So if you're at the same spot you was 5, 7, 10 years ago, wonder where you can go in the next 5 or 7 or 10. Maybe your paradigm didn't stretch that long. So maybe the next 3 years, maybe the next 3 months. What'd you do the last 6 months? Maybe the next 6 months you can drastically change it. I know 2 years ago, I was in a space where I couldn't pay rent. I was worried about money. I was worried about how I looked when I took my shirt off. Now I really don't have that problem. I don't need to take off the shirt. It's kind of like shirt abs. And I'm not worried about rent. I'm not worried about where my money's coming from. I have something. I found it, and it was an opportunity. I took advantage of it. So whatever opportunities the universe and whatever God presents you with, I'm telling you right now, take it. It'll be the best decision you ever made. And thank you for watching. Shift your paradigm. Herbalife. All right, this is the thing. Trying. trying. The word try, T-R-Y, try. When you try to do things and you say, you announce, you proclaim that you're trying to do something, you're leaving room for error. All right. Error is something that's natural. Error is something that's going to happen. Hence the term trial and error. You want to try new things. You want to try things out. You never know if you like something unless you try to do it or try to perform it or try to be a part of something, right? So that's all good. For that form of the word try, because try is a very intricate word, we want to keep that, you know, trying new things, yeah. But as far as announcing that you're trying something or announcing that you're going to try to do something, you know, that's wrong. That's not how you become great. How you become great is declaring. Declare things. Say that you will do something. Leave room for greatness to happen. Don't leave room for error, because that's something that you can't control, and that's something that doesn't have to happen. Error doesn't have to happen if you proclaim that you're going to do something. If you declare that you're going to do something, it will happen. And if it doesn't happen, hey, you put it in the universe and it'll happen sometime, just not when you want it to happen, or, you know, not as fast as you want it to happen, but it will come in mysterious ways even. You know what I mean? So if I make a declaration, if I say, if it's monetary, you know, let's say this month I'm going to make $10,000. You know, this month I will make $10,000. You know, this month I'm making $10,000. But if you say this month I'm going to try and make 10,000, you know, that's room for error, because you're just trying, you know. And if you're just simply trying to do something, you're leaving room for error. And if it doesn't happen, you're like, oh, I was only trying to. But if you declare, if you put it in the universe and say, I will receive $10,000 this month, it's going to happen. It doesn't matter how, you know. I'm not saying go out and do something illegal and stick somebody up or something, but it's going to happen because you're putting out positive energy, and energy goes like this. It's the infinity sign, and when you send it out, it just comes back to you. You know, you send it out there and it comes back one way or another. Another example, let's say you're talking to a professional athlete before a game. I remember being in high school, and this is a true story. It's a guy named Cyrah Rhodes, superstar running back, sophomore year. He got two touchdowns in a game. No, he ran 2 runs, and one of the runs he broke for 20 yards. The second run he broke for another 20 yards, just a power sweep to the right, and he scored a touchdown. I said, hey, Centel, how many touchdowns are you going to get this game? He said, I'm getting one. I'm getting 1 touchdown this game. We were sophomores, and mind you, the juniors and the seniors, these guys were super jacked up athletes. I'm talking about superstar athletes, so we were blowing whatever team we were playing. I don't know, Lithonia or somebody. You know, the high school that we were playing, we were blowing them out, maybe 35-42 to zip. So, you know, B team got to go in, you know, sophomores, freshmen, whatever, we got to go in and play. Centel got that power sweep, ran like he was an Indian running from a horde of cowboys or something. Boom, 20 yards. Same play. Coach Buck gave him the same play. Boom, 20 yards. Touchdown. He said that he had his mind focused. He made a decision. He said, this game, I will have 1 touchdown. I remember him saying, I'm going to get 1. I'm going to have 1 touchdown this game. That's all he wanted. 1. You know, and of course, after he did that, he wanted to play more and he wanted more, but he put it out into the universe. Like, if I was set up to him, if I went up to him and say, hey, Centel, how many touchdowns you get in this game? You know, I'm going to try to get 1 of them. You know, and if he didn't get 1, it's like, oh, I was only trying. You see what I'm saying? Do y'all see what I'm saying about the word try? If you say I'm trying to, if you find yourself saying I'm trying to a lot, like, what you trying to do? What you trying to do? Like, trying isn't good enough all the time. If you're going to try new things, yeah, the word try is intricate. If you're going to try new things, you know, I'm trying this out. I'm trying this. I'm just going to see how it works. I'm investigating this. You know, it's other words that are synonymous to the word try. You know, I'm interrogating this. I'm investigating this. I'm, you know, trial and error, that whole thing. If you're trying something new, great. But if you're going to declare something, if you're going to proclaim something, don't say that you're trying because you're leaving room for error. Simply do. Stop trying so much. I live in LA. I have a lot of friends all the time. I'm trying to come out there. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not trying to come out here. You're just saying it and it sounds good, you know, but, you know, that's just another example. So, do y'all see what I'm saying about trying to do something and doing something? Do y'all see the difference? I'm trying to do this. I'm doing this. Proclaim, y'all. It's like this, like, proclaim. And it will happen. It will come back to you. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It's simply transferred. Positive energy is good. Negative energy is good. It's energy. Energy is, there is no gray. There's only black and white. There's only north and south, east and west, depending on your frame of reference. But energy is energy, all right? Use it. Tap into your vertical alignment. Get that constant energy and use it. Declare. Go big. When you were a child, you had big dreams. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. You know, I want to be the president of the United States. You wanted to be a king, a queen, you know. You wanted to be a knight and slay a dragon. You want to be a professional wrestler or a professional athlete. Whatever you want to do, don't stop, because the travesties of life attack us. And then we just say, oh, I'm just going to try to do this because it's trial and error. And if you fail 10,000 times before you succeed that one time, you'll get down and out. You'll get depressed. You know, your serotonin levels are overload and you'll fall into a depression. I've been there. Other people have been there. Admit it. Admit your mistakes. Move on. Just be great. That's all I'm saying to you. We can all be great. Oprah Winfrey said it best. I might misquote her a little bit, but Oprah Winfrey, you know, the goddess of the universe, she said, if you had a choice right now to step into your greatness and do the work that needed to be done, would you do it? Now, that seems like an easy yes, right? But most people would say no, because sometimes things fall into people's lap. Greatness. Here's how you be great. If you had to work your butt off every day for 3 years, 24/7, to reach the level of greatness that you want, would you do it? For some people, that's being a millionaire. For some people, that's being a billionaire. For some people, that's making no money at all, but just to help people or be great in whatever facet you want to be great in, would you do the work? Or would you just say, I'm trying to do it. This is what I'm trying to do. It's been 5, 10, 20, turning to 30, 50 years. People are always trying to do something and you never do it because you're just trying. Stop trying. Just do it. Do y'all get it? North and South. I'm going to ramble if I keep talking, but this is Cyrah. I have on clothes. Boom, boom. Ali, he's the greatest. Was he trying to be the greatest? Or was he just the greatest? My name is Muhammad Ali and I'm trying to be the greatest. No. My name is Ali and I'm the greatest. We're no different than him. We're no different than this guy. This is Ali if you don't know who he is. Muhammad Ali, Cash Clay. Mama named Cash Clay, I'm going to call him Cash Clay. Look, we can all be great. It's in all of us. All of us are one. Yeah, we all coexist. No matter what happens in this world, we all coexist in one way or another. Yeah? Keep your dreams big, proclaim, declare, and stop trying. Just do it. I hope y'all got the message. See y'all next time. Hey guys, so I had something on my mind I want to share with you all. I was thinking about how the Avengers have a leader who's not the strongest or fastest or wisest leader, but he's the leader. If you think of it in a fictional sense, Captain America, opposed to the Avengers, he's not the strongest one. The strongest one is of course the Incredible Hulk. You have Thor, who's a god. You have Iron Man, who has superior attacks and a superior weaponry. You have Spider-Man that just comes around sometimes and he's a spider. And you have people like Hawkeye and Black Panther, Black Widow. So you have all these Avengers and you have this team, and Captain America is strong and fast and he's wise and he can lead from the front. But he's not the strongest or fastest or wisest. He's a soldier. He was a private in the army, okay? And this can be applied to real life because real people like Stan Lee and everything like that, they wrote this stuff. You'd be surprised how people write stuff from past experiences. So this thing can be actually applied to our everyday lives about the leader, right? So this is my take on leadership. Like if you want to be a leader in whatever you're in, your firm or your school, or you know you have some classmates, some kind of team, whenever you're the leader or you have somebody that's the leader, think about the Avengers and think about Captain America. Shout out to Stephen Crawford, he's Urban Avengers. So check this out. So you got Incredible Hulk, who's the strongest and actually the smartest. He's actually a neuroscientist and he studies gamma radiation, and he's a doctor of neurophysiology, and he's Dr. Bruce Banner. When he reverts, and even when he's the Hulk, he's super smart and super strong. So Incredible Hulk is like kind of like the ultimate being, right? But he's not the leader because everybody looks to Captain America when they say, what do we need to do? Where do we need to go? If the Avengers, your team, all right, is the Avengers, you get dropped on an island, the point of a leader isn't to say, oh, I know exactly what to do. I know everything about this island. I know the parameters. I know where we need to go. I know where we can't enter. I know everything about it, and I know where we need to go exactly and perfectly. That is not the point of a leader. The point of a leader is to drop off a team in a desolate island and people look and turn to the leader. Like, what should we do? We know he doesn't know everything. We know he doesn't know where to go. We know he doesn't know all the information that he needs to know about where we are and what we need to do, but we know we need to follow him. We know that we can trust in him. We know that we feel safe around this person, he or she, no matter who it is. We feel safe. It's about safety. Because even if the leader takes you 500 feet or 500 meters or 500 yards or 500 miles the wrong way, you know that you're safe because you're with him, you know. And the leader is a learner. The leader is the person that says, okay, what do you know about this island? Okay, you're kind of from this parameter. What can you tell me about this parameter? All right. Hey, your people said something about this spot or this plant or this animal. What do you know about that? All right, cool. And then the leader puts it all together and says, okay, here's the plan. This is what we're going to do. We're going to move forward, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to go X, Y, Z. We're going to set up some shelter here. You're going to gather the sticks. You're going to gather the trees. You're going to look at the indigenous animals. You're going to study the plants in this region. You're going to, you know, the leader starts delegating because everybody looks at the leader for the answer, all right? And a perfect leader knows when to not lead from the front. The leader needs to have the capability to lead from the front, but you need to know how to delegate too. Because in a line, when the birds are in a V shape, you know, a chevron formation and it's traveling, the front bird in that flock can only take so much turbulence. And over the seasons and over, you know, a couple hundred miles, those birds shift and somebody else takes all the turbulence. Because in that chevron formation, when you're creating this vacuum of air, that front bird is taking most of the turbulence. And that's the leader. But them birds, they'll shift and they know when to fall back and say, okay, now you're the leader. I can lead from the rear, I can lead from the middle, I can lead from the side, but the leader knows when to let somebody else lead. You put other leaders in leadership positions when it's supposed to happen. See, the leader has to wear the hat, and the leader has to wear this hat. Then the leader has to wear a hat. Then the leader has to wear, you know, a beret with a feather on it. Then the leader has to wear a baseball cap. Then the leader has to wear a top hat. Then the cowboy hat. You know, I call it the pang tong, you know, the little Chinaman hat. You know, you need to know how to wear different hats. You need to be the coach. You need to be the star athlete. You need to be the player. You need to be the supporting athlete. You need to be the fan. That's what a true leader is. A true leader isn't somebody that sits in the front and tells everybody what to do all the time. You know the difference between leading from the front and leading from the rear. The Avengers know that Captain America is the leader. All right. He's not the strongest, but he was made from the strongest person's cells. The super soldier serum that was given to Captain America was made from the Incredible Hulk cells. So he has Incredible Hulk in him. Thor is a god. Okay, he's a fictional character. Thor is a god, so he is strong and a leader, but he knows that Captain America is the leader of the Avengers. Tony Stark is the most brilliant mind in the Marvel Universe. He has the most superior armor and weaponry and weapon system in the Marvel Universe. But he knows that even though he's the smartest, Captain is the leader. Captain isn't the fastest and the most agile. That's Black Panther from Wakanda. But Captain America was one of the American diplomats that went over there and settled a peace treaty, and now they have the Wakandans on their side. So he can talk. He's a soldier. He knows when to fight. He knows when to withdraw. He knows when to back down. He knows when to never back down. He knows about his team. He's willing to sacrifice himself for the team. When they're in turbulence and when they're in trouble, they all look at the Cap. All right? And the Cap is just divvying out orders. Thor, we need some lightning going on over here. Hey, Hawkeye, stand up here and let us know what's going on 1,000 miles that way. Hulk smash. Spider-Man, you're not an Avenger, but you know, it's cool. You're at our side, so sling some webs somewhere. Create a diversion. You know, Black Widow, go seduce somebody. You know what I mean? Whatever somebody's strengths is, the leader uses that to the team's advantage, right? Who am I forgetting? Tony Stark, Iron Man. It's like, yeah, we have a plan of attack. Attack. We need your weapon system. Set up a defense parameter so that we can attack accordingly, right? And that goes with whatever team you're affiliated with. Know who the leader is and recognize that. If you're a leader, it's cool. Maybe you're not the leader that day. Somebody else is the leader. So can we all agree to let the leader be the leader? It was just on my mind because I was like thinking about Avengers. I'm kind of a nerd, and when it comes to anything you're affiliated with, it needs to be some kind of leadership role, but everybody needs to recognize who the leader is and support that leader. And even though you're the leader, you might not be the leader on this specific mission. Different missions, causes for different leaders. Cool? But it's still an overall leader that makes that decision. So can we all agree to come together and just all be leaders? And remember, leaders are learners. All right? Not saying everybody's Captain America, but you can be the Captain America in whatever that you do. Cool? North and South, tracking like an M-track. This is Cyrah signing off. And I hope you get the message. Leadership on 3. 1, 2, 3. Leadership. Herbalife. Hey, what's up, y'all? Cyrah. Close. Today we're going to go over what, where, and why. What, where, and why. It's similar in some capacities, but it's different. It is a difference, rather. If you talk to somebody, if you have some type of intellectual debate, or if you're having a conversation with somebody, about anything, speaking of generalities about, the population of America, or, current issues, or, politics, whatever you're talking about. You could be talking about apples versus oranges, whatever you're talking about. There is a difference between what, why, and where. What, where, why. There is a difference. Now, what I want from you is to ask yourself this. What do you want out of life? We make up excuses, we justify things in our heads all the time about what we want, or what we want to do, what we're trying to do. Well, I want to do this, but, I think everybody knows Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil said that but means that you just negated everything that you said when you say but. People say, Cyrah, I really like you. I think what you're doing is great, but now they're saying how they really feel, Hey, you, person, I really like what you got going on. I like everything that you do. I think it's great, but as soon as you say but, now you're telling somebody how you really feel. So if you're telling yourself constantly, if you find yourself saying, I want this out of life, or I want to do this, but, or, I want to try this, or I'm trying to do this, this is what I'm trying to do, but that but is saying, that's you justifying that. You're making up something in your head to make you feel comfortable with whatever you're doing. A lot of people are scared of failure. A lot of people don't like to fail. They don't want to admit they fail, but that's how we grow. That's how you become great. You can't climb a smooth mountain. It's going to be rocks and bumps all throughout life. Make checkpoints, plant yourself at plateaus, drive a stake to the ground, tie a rope, and pull your people up with you. Whatever you do. That could be your family. That could be your friends. That could be your community. Just whatever you do, be a follower and a leader, and climb up that rocky mountain. But you got to ask yourself, what do you want out of that mountain? Metaphorically speaking, what do you want? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go in life? It's up to you. You can go anywhere you want to go. You don't have to stay where you're living at, as far as the physicality of the situation. You don't have to be where you're at. In your company. If you want to climb a ladder in corporate America, or if you want to be a teacher or a principal, if you want to be a nurse practitioner, or if you want to be a registered nurse, or if you want to be a doctor, whatever you want to do, where you're at, you don't have to be there. You can go wherever you want to go, literally. I like kids shows a lot. I like being a kid. That's how you stay young. That's how you think young, which is the most magnificent brain, is when you're young and developing, because you're not scared. Through the travesties of life, you get all these fears, and people tell you no and you can't do something, or something's really hard and challenging, and your mountain is just really rocky, and it's hard to climb. It's hard, but it's fair. And you stop thinking big, you stop dreaming big, you're complacent with where you're at, you just want to stay here. I want to do this, but I'm going to just stay where I'm at because, justification, But the next part is the most important part, why. So you got your what, what do you want out of life? Where do you want to go? But why? Why do you want this out of life? Why do you know where you want to go? Why do you want to go where you want to go? Why? Why do you want what you want? You got to figure out your why. And Eric Thomas said this the best. I think y'all know him as a hip hop preacher, E.T., whatever he goes by. He's awesome, he's powerful, he's inspiring, he's motivating. Eric Thomas said that you have to know your why. Once you know your why, and once your why is strong enough for what you're doing, where you're going to and where you need to get to, that is going to supersede and overpower everything. When you have a strong enough why you do what you do, why you move the way you do, why you function the way you function, why you talk the way you talk, why you walk the way you walk, your why. Like what motivates you, what gets you up in the morning, like your why. It could be anything. It could be your children, it could be siblings, it could be parents, it could be friends. For some people it's money, some people money drives them. That's your why. You want to be rich. That's your why. Some people have an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend that they want to make jealous. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with whatever your why is, whatever drives you, that drives you, but you got to figure out your why. Why is it that you do what you do? What drives you? Think about that. I want this to resonate with you in a matter of that you need to not restrict yourself because you are great, like every one of us is great and we can do whatever we want to do. I'm not even going to speak to you personally, but just know that I can be a testimony that whatever you want and wherever you want to go, anywhere, you can do it. Stop making up excuses in your head and justifying why you can't go where you want to go, why you can't do what you want to do. You can do that. Think about it. What's your why? What is your why? If you don't have one, you might want to find it out. What drives you? I'll use this analogy, or I'll use this example rather, because Eric Thomas used it, and it might resonate with some people because we have the NBA finals going on, and yeah, the playoffs or whatever the finals is going to be, whoever you think. I got Spurs and the Heat, and yeah, the Heat are going to win. But OKC, a lot of people like OKC, and Eric Thomas talked about Kevin Durant, and he said that every day before a game, every night rather before a game, he touches his numbers on the front, then he touches them on the back, because he wears that number for one of his coaches or one of his players. Don't quote me, but one of his coaches that passed away or one of his teammates that passed away. I believe it was one of his coaches, but he wore that number for his coach. Whatever number he wears, I don't know. I'm not a Durant fan, really. I think he wears 21. I don't know. But he touches them on the front, he touches them on the back, because that's his why. That's why he plays the way he plays. That's why he is who he is, because he has a why. Because you have to have a beginning state and an end state. Your beginning state, okay, I want to get to the NBA. Okay, why? You know, to represent for my coach that passed and taught me everything I know. I'm going to go there and I'm going to rep for him. That's why. You know, that's his why. And the end state of things, what do you want to do after? You know, this is all ET. What do you want to do after? You won a championship, so what? You MVP, so what? You leading scorer, so what? You leading rebounder, you breaking all these records, so what? What's your end state? Why are you doing what you're doing? What's the greater picture? What are you creating? In your life, you don't have to be in the NBA. You don't have to be Kevin Durant. But what is your mark you're going to leave on society? For some people, it's just having a kid. And that's my seed, and that's what I'm going to leave. And that's why I do what I do. And that's great. That's fantastic. You have a why. What was Michael Jackson's why? Why did he do what he did? He's immortal. I think he had an immortal world tour because his music's going to live forever. And that may have been his why. That he might have wanted to just make beautiful music for people forever. Why? Because that made him happy. That's his why. That's what drives him. You know, and he worked very hard for it. So anything you want out of life, work very hard for it. Anything that's worth having is worth fighting for. Anything that is worth having is worth fighting for. Nothing in life comes easy if it's worth it. If something's worth it, you're going to go get it. Think about something that you wanted the most. When you were a kid, you know, I love kids. When you were a kid and you wanted that ice cream, think about everything you did to get that ice cream. You were an actor. You cried on cue. Oh, but I want the ice cream. Oh, I want the ice cream. Oh, I want the ice cream. Mama, I want the ice cream. Like, whatever treat you wanted, like, you're going to use manipulation. You're going to tell your brother, your sister, one of your siblings, you know, mom said I got the ice cream. You might lie, you know. You use all these tactics to get what you want. Why? Because you love ice cream. You know, where do you want to go? You may want to go to the playground and play and have your ice cream. That's what you want. And you did anything you had to do to get that. Where did we lose that at? We lost that somewhere along the way. So let's get it back. Let's reconnect with that 5-year-old child. Let's think about what that 5-year-old wanted. You know, think about it. What did you want? Where did you want to go? Why? Why did that make you happy? Figure out your why. Once that's strong, everything else will fall into place. My name is Cyrah. Today is Friday. Enjoy yourself. For those of you who are traveling, travel safely. That's from Professor Clifton Brown, Florida A&M University. He should still be there. He taught sociology. So I'm here. If you guys need me, hit me up. Facebook, Cyrah Omega. Twitter, Cyrah Omega. Instagram, Cyrah Omega. MySpace, Cyrah Omega. Black Planet, no. Shout out to Kira, we brought that back. All right, y'all, I'm out. What, where, why? Figure it out. Okay, so helping yourself, all right? Helping yourself and helping others That's what we're talking about today. Quick story. You know me, I'm a story guy. By the way, hi, my name is Cyrah. I have on clothes. Quick story. One day I was leaving somewhere really late, I think from some type of set. I was shooting something and I forgot to put gas in my car. Or better yet, let's say, you know where it was? It was a bartending job, back when I was a bartender. And I was so tired and worn out from bartending that night. It was for a Jewish dentist, and they didn't tip me, and I was mad and angry, and I had worked really long and hard, made all these great drinks for all these people, and yeah, so I was going home, and I saw that my gas tank was on E, but you know, us, you know, Americans, I'm like, oh, I can make it. Oh, I'm not worried about it. You know, I'll make it home or whatever. So I broke down on a busy street. It was a four-way road, but it was a street, and it was in a busy part of LA during a busy rush hour type time. It was about 6 p.m. So it's kind of dark outside. It's drizzling, raining. I'm like, oh man, you know, I break down. I get on the side of the road, and I just stand out on the side of my car, like, not really knowing what to do. I'm lost. I'm like, well, somebody decent, you know, will come along and help me. Somebody will be a good Samaritan. You know, it didn't happen. People were just honking at me, beep, beep, you know, get out the way. You know, people flipping me off, all kind of stuff like that happening. So I kind of got pissed, and I just went up, opened my driver's side door, put my car in neutral, and just started He-Man pushing my car myself, one step at a time, like straight up Conan the Barbarian pushing my car. And then I put it in park because it got kind of hard after a while, but I was like, I'm gonna inch it all the way until I get up to the side of the road. It was about 10 meters in front of me, but that's a long way to go when you're pushing a sedan by yourself. So I drive a 95 Maxima. I'm not fancy at all, but had it for 5 years. It runs great. So what wound up happening was, while I was pushing it, and I stopped, and I was in my bartending gear, and I was tired. You know, a brother stopped and was like, hey man, it's a gas station right there. You go get some gas. I was like, appreciate that, brother. He kind of motivated me. So that's somebody that started helping me as I helped myself. Then I saw a white guy walk down the street who had some tattoos of some tears on his face and an ice cream cone over here and all that foolishness. And I'm like, hey man, you mind, you know, grabbing this wheel while I pushed the car from behind? He didn't look promising, but I'm like, you know, we're all children of God, so who am I to judge? You know what I mean? He started, you know, guiding the wheel as I pushed the car, and he even helped me push too, you know, so he was pushing and guiding, I was pushing. Then after we both got tired, because 10 meters was still a long way to go, a white lady just pulled up behind us, and I was like, oh, like I thought she was gonna hit me, but she actually started pushing the bumper of my car with her car. So that's 3 people that started helping me after I helped myself. I gave the white gangster guy, he just got out of jail, I gave him 50 cents so he could go use the payphone and make a call or whatever. And yeah, they still have those still exist. He wanted to use the payphone. The white lady and her husband, or whoever she had in the car with her, they drove off. And then the brother, you know, he kept going. So, you know, the car was parked. I went down the street, fill up the gas tank. It cost like, you know, $50 because I had to buy the little gas container too, so like 60-something bucks, which was worth it. I came back, didn't have a funnel, so I'm sitting there trying to figure it out. It's drizzling and raining. I'm tired from bartending. I'm trying to figure out how am I going to get this gas into my car, because it wasn't one of those gas cans that you can plug it in there. It needed a funnel. So I'm sitting here just thinking, you know, the whole time I'm praying, not out loud, I'm just praying to myself the whole time, because I'm really trying not to lose it. So, you know, you got to keep your head about you when your future may seem grim. I didn't let my nerve desert me. I saw a guy who had on an army uniform, but he didn't look like he was in the army. I was like, hey man, you got a funnel? He was like, yeah, here you go. And he had a funnel. It was weird. He was on the other side of a gate. He like threw it over, put the funnel in there, put the gas in there, gave him his funnel back. Thank God for, you know, sending all those angels down and people helping me out. And I was on my way home. So the moral of the story is, children, is that whenever you help yourself, other people will help you. When they see you trying to help yourself, they will help you. If you're standing there like a sick puppy with your puppy eyes and, you know, you're like a newborn child and like you're not competent, or if you're a vegetable or something, if you're not helping yourself, nobody's going to help you. Until I helped myself, everybody was flicking me off, driving past me. People was, you know, probably calling me names, cursing me out, you know, because I was just in the way. I was somebody who thought I could just seek help by just looking like I needed help on the side of a road. But as soon as I started helping myself, do you see the energy that created? Do you see what I attracted to myself? Other people saw me struggling, and they saw me trying to help myself. And even though I was in a messed up situation that I put myself in, because I could have stopped and got gas, but I was like, oh, I'm tired, you know, made an excuse. Oh, I'll make it home. Oh, I know my car. You know, they started helping me. So in life, when you need help, you need to start helping yourself, because your only accountability partner at the end of the day is you and your vertical alignment. You remember that speech? It's you and him at the end of the day. It's you and your creator. And in the physical, because he's not physically here with us anymore, but in the physical, it's you. We live on a physical plane, all right? We're energy beings in a physical state, and this is our temple, our body, and we have to take care of it the best that we can, because we've been blessed with it. We've been blessed with the 5 senses. We've been blessed with being able to communicate with people how we think and how we feel. You know, we've been blessed with the power of transferring tangible energy and intangible energy back and forth from one another. You know, that's physical, mental, moral, spiritual, all that stuff. We're blessed. We're so blessed. And if you don't help yourself, nobody's going to help you. Nobody is going to feel any kind of remorse for you. Nobody, because everybody has to help themselves. You going through whatever you're going through, but guess what? John Doe and Jane Doe and Cyrah, we're over here going through what we're going through. So we're trying to help ourselves too. So how can we exert energy from us to you when we're already exerting enough energy trying to help ourselves? So if you need help, start helping yourself, and trust me, people will come along and start helping you. That's just one specific situation that I went through. I'm pretty sure everybody else has a testimony or some type of story or something that they went through when people started helping them. But that's the moral of the story today. So you got to help yourself. Others will help, and you know what? Help others, because I'm pretty sure a lot of those people that drove by after they seen other people helping me, they could have stopped and helped too. They weren't doing anything. They didn't have anywhere to go, but because they were helping themselves, you know, get home from work or go meet somebody or go have a drink with the fellas or whatever everybody else was doing, you know, they couldn't stop. So you know, if you get it, nod your head. Okay, got it. North and south, tracking like an Amtrak. And happy Monday. We're going to go into Tuesday with this cardio. Look out for a video for that. I have on clothes today, and I'm gonna try. I will start wearing more clothes, because a lot of people they don't like nudity for whatever reason. So I'm gonna help myself to the rest of this Dulce de Leche limited Herbalife shake, and I'm gonna get my nutrition. And I will see y'all later. And thank you for listening. And pass on the word. Tell somebody right now. Tell somebody to help somebody. You know, if you don't know about the true meaning of a good Samaritan or what a good Samaritan is, go look up the land of Samaria and then research in the Bible. You can Google it. You can Google everything nowadays. If you're a Christian, or if you're a Christian based or have a Christian faith, or just a spiritual faith, or if you like history, because the Bible is a big history book. That's all it is. It's a history book. Okay? So if you want to know what being a good Samaritan is and helping somebody, research the parable about the lady in Samaria. All right? The good Samaritan that stopped by and helped somebody in need. Okay? Be that person. Be that good Samaritan. Help yourself and help others. All right, y'all. That's my time. I know I like to ramble, but Shake and Shake, Herbalife, and I'm out. Health coach. You gotta balance. It doesn't matter how big the obstacle is. You can't seesaw your life forever. Life will send you in circles. I wish I could hear the sound this was making. Sometimes the momentum stops. You gotta go back the other way from where you came. Life is heavy. You
shit. Remember, sometimes you just gotta take the weight off your back. Ah! And that's cool. Do you. Do you, boo-boo. Do you. Do you, boo-boo. You gotta do you. Cause if you don't do you, who else is gonna do you? Sometimes I find it hard to do yourself. It's a wise adage that goes, treat others how you want to be treated. It's kind of like the golden rule, and it's biblical. But what about yourself? If you treat others how you want to be treated, and you don't know how you want to treat yourself, how can you know how to genuinely treat others? And that's something I've been struggling with. Treating others without knowing how to treat myself. Maybe I don't think I'm worth it, or maybe I get happiness out of treating others how I wish to be treated, although I'm not clear on how I would like to be treated, which is fine. I remember in high school, I was talking to my guidance counselor, Miss McDonald, and I went on my own free will and sat in her office because she was my guidance counselor that was assigned to me. And like I wasn't called to her office, and I just went and just wanted to sit down with her. And she said, well, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I said, I don't know. I want to do something with computers. And she was like, you just came here out of your own free will and said that? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, that's really good. That's good, Mr. Hawkins. That's really good. And I'm not some kind of computer tech. I mean, I am a nerd, but I'm not pursuing a career in computers, but I know I wanted to go that route. I know that computers are going to eventually run the world, not like a robot genocide or anything like that, but I know that computers are what makes us able to connect with each other. Even you watching this video, it's a computer, it's a microchip inside of my phone. And I always knew I wanted to do that. And I went to her and had that conversation with her, and although I wasn't clear, I knew what direction I wanted to go. So when I treat others the way I want to be treated, I'm sitting here talking and reflecting, and I think I do it because I know what direction I want to be treated as, which is royalty. That's why I call everybody king and queen. That's why I really believe everybody is a king and queen. There once was a land where everybody was a king and queen. There was. And everybody's a servant to somebody. There's always a higher calling or a higher cause. I need to do more smiling. I guess I'm gonna go back down here. Just like a nice little video diary. It's kind of cool. I can look down here in the beach and in the pastures. I see some buildings. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful here. I can see the Herbalife signs. The Herbalife green, which is the color of love, or the chakra of love. And I'm gonna go back down there. I'm probably gonna jump in the pool. I'm probably gonna have a nice, fat, juicy American cheeseburger because I've earned it. Maybe a pina colada, a cherry and a pineapple garnish. Maybe I'll get a dash of strawberry in there, liqueur, make it look all pretty. And I'm gonna kick back and enjoy myself. I'm gonna treat myself because I deserve it. And shout out to you for watching this. I don't like shouting out names because I always forget somebody. This sand here like sticks to you. It's like sticking on my phone too. I want to bring this sand and this water back to you guys. It's awesome. I'm going to touch the water too before I go back. I hope you got something out of this. I just found that tree. I was like, I got to do something awesome with it. It's a tree. I don't want to leave, but I gotta go right now. It's very comfortable. I'm gonna run back like a RoboCop. I watched that on the flight here. Wasn't all that. Was not impressed. But it was a couple shout outs to the 80s movie, which I like when they redo these movies. They shout out the older movies. One of the guys was like, I wouldn't buy that for $1. And on RoboCop 1, it was like a TV show they kept cutting to, like, I'd buy that for $1. I'm gonna bring that back. I'm gonna like comment on people's Facebook or like Instagrams, and if it's nice, I'm gonna like, that's gonna be my comment, whatever it is. It can be a girl taking like a pretentious selfie with her boobs out, or it could be like a guy doing something motivational, or a group of people doing something ratchet. I'm gonna be like, I'd buy that for $1. What would you buy for $1? What would you buy for $68? What would you buy for $70? What would you buy? I can name a couple things. Maybe a pair of Nikes. Maybe a nice hat. Like a nice hat. Like a $70 fedora. For ladies, definitely shoes. A nice purse. Males, you could get a man bag. You could buy groceries for like 2 days, 3 days. If you're eating all organic and stuff. You can buy groceries for a week for $70. You could. It's like $10 a day. You could get somebody a nice gift. You could go get yourself a mani-pedi if you're a woman. Maybe a wax job with that too, or whatever. You could get a tanning. You could put gas in your tank. $70 goes a long way. September 19th, 2012. At the time it was 68. Now it's 70. Inflation. I spent, well, I can't even say spend. I invested $68 into myself to get a member package to come into the company of Herbalife. And I lay here before you in the sand at the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. This is Playa Macau. And 20 months. What is this, June? 20 months. This is something I didn't even know about. I'm on a free vacation for the first time in my life. I'm on a free vacation. How else can you put that? And it's the first time in my life. I'm meeting friends. I literally just met a woman named Isabel from Switzerland and a lady named Karina, who's a makeup artist from Brazil, but she lives in Switzerland. I think they were a couple. And the lady, Karina, says she lost 100 pounds and she's trying to lose more. And I gave her my business card and I added her on Facebook. She's a makeup artist. So I said I would sample her some of our skin products. So I guess when I told Miss McDonald in the 9th grade I like computers, I guess I should have told her I wanted to be an international businessman. I never knew what that meant, but that's what I have become. And I'm becoming better every day. You know, that's funny. In nature, things go where they're supposed to go. Like if you look at this pile of sand in my hand, if you can see it, if I go like this and drop it, the air pushes some to the right, maybe to the left. Most of them fall, some stay stuck to my hand. But all of these grains, all of these billions and trillions and gajillion grains of sand, they go where they're supposed to go. They're exactly where they're supposed to be at. Some grains are up here, some are down by the water, they get washed up, they go back. Some are on the deep ocean floor back there, some are behind you. And it goes where it's supposed to go. It just falls right into place. Some of them may not like it, some of them love it. But it goes where it's supposed to go. I gotta go back to RoboCop mode. I'm gonna run on the beach and I'm gonna look awesome. I'm gonna stand up so you can kind of see my body, because I work out and I eat right and I take Herbalife. I have the most awesome nutrition plan on the planet, on this earth, Terra, whatever you want to call it, the universe, the galaxy, the Milky Way, whatever you, anywhere ever, I'm on the best nutrition plan, point blank. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? Why wouldn't you want to put top tier, grade A like best stuff hands down ever in your body. Like, why wouldn't you want to put the top stuff inside of you? You know, I kind of get a kick out of it, and this might be like the weird side of me, but I kind of get a kick out of knowing that when I have clients and coaches on my team, I get a kick out of knowing that we put the same thing in our body. To me, that's kind of cool. I know that I wake up and put something in my body that you wake up and put in your body. And real talk, that kind of turns me on. Just to have the same stuff inside of us. It might be some kind of sick, wacky, demented thing, but hey, I'm open and I'm clear on that. I'm a little wacky. I'm a little weird. But who isn't? And who wants to be normal? And I accept that I can be weird or awky to people, but what I won't accept is people who use that in a derogatory manner. Because when kids are weird or awky, I think that's awesome. When I have a kid or kids or a family, whatever God gives me, I hope that my kids will be the weird kid in class. I hope that my kids will be the awky ones, the ones that stick out. I hope my kid is the most weirdest kid on the planet. Who wants a normal kid? Who wants to be normal? Who wants to grow up in normal America, peacetime, white picket fence, normal family in normal town, USA, and live a normal, regular, beige, average life? Yeah, I said beige. Who wants to do that? Not I. Who wants to turn up for reals? I'm sand all on my beard. I got a little beard. Got a mustache. Who wants to turn up for reals? I'd buy that for $1. The for reals turn up. Yo, I got my phone like sitting on a tree. It's awesome. That's why I have to keep talking. I think I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. Nobody's gonna watch it. I'm gonna get like 12 likes. But if you want to listen to a semi-decent, mild credit, semi-sexy, commas in the bank account, no kids, disease-free, no record, we got that sealed and expunged. Mildly attractive guy with, on a scale of 12, like a level 10 intellect. This video's for you. If you want to go be normal and ratchet like the rest of the people in my age range and in my age group and my demographic, go right ahead and just go to YouTube and type in ratchet. I don't know what I'm going to name this yet. Maybe it's just like Ideas of a Dying Breed or something. Ideas of a Dying Breed. I have a lot of ideas. My wheels turn. My wheels turn. And although this might have been all over the place, I can assure you that it'll hit you or somebody some type of way, because I'm hella relatable. People relate to realness, and that's something that I'm gonna always keep, is realness and authenticity. Movies are real. A lot of times they make movies to talk about real stuff. They just put it in a movie, so it's a movie. But movies are written by real people. Movies are acted by real people. Real people act that out. Those are real people. People produce it, people direct it, people write it, people put special effects in it. It takes real people to even think of it and put it together and create a masterpiece. In the movie Scarface, Tony Montana. Do I look like I'm Cubano? Because I'm in Dominica. I'm political refugee. Tony Montana. A lot of you know the brilliant actor Al Pacino. Love him. His character in that movie, Tony Montana, one of his favorite lines, all I got in this world is my work and my boss. And I don't break them for nobody. So you can give them millions of dollars. You can give them all the real or fake friends in the world. You can give them all the guns and all the butter, all the money. Shout out to Baby Boy at Guns and Butter, Melvin, Bing Rames, Sidebar, Tangent, Cosecant, Cotangent. Bring it back. Tony Montana, all he had was his word and his balls. So you can give him all that other stuff in the world, but at the end of the day, he got his word and his balls. Cojones. I keep it authentic. What else do you have besides your own authenticity and what makes you you? I started hashtagging that. Do you, boo-boo? Most people probably look at it as a question like, do you, boo-boo? I hope so. If you don't, I got some aloe for that. I hope you real regular. Hey, Fly. I'm trying to do a video here. Can you leave me alone? Thank you. Grateful. Grateful. Words of wisdom to me, and it might be like a little 13-year-old boy. Maybe he's like African American or some type of other minority or whatever you want to call it. Maybe he's like 13, maybe he's 12, 13, 14, and like Boise, Idaho, watching this video. And he's going to be inspired, and he's going to do things a little differently and grow up a little better, just to inspire the next person to do a little thing a little differently and grow up a little better. That inspires more people to do little things a little differently, to grow up a little better. That inspires different people to grow up, do a little things a little better, and grow up and teach people how to accept greatness. You can do better. You can do better. I'm sitting here telling you that 20 months ago, it might seem like a long time, but it's a very short amount of time. 20 months ago, I stayed in a 3-bedroom condo with 11 people. My rent was $345 a month. I could not afford it. I was bartending in a male strip club. It was horrible. I hated going to work. I would go to a restaurant and get a spicy chicken sandwich with bacon, 2 for $2. Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hated it. Didn't work out, didn't have the energy. Didn't know how to motivate people. I was contributing to the downward slope of mankind. I was putting ratchet videos up. I was doing stupid stuff. I was a bartender. I was giving people poison. I was excited about it. I wasn't doing anything positive. Almost nothing. People out there don't know what they can have. It's my job. I've accepted my job. I know God gave me a job. I know it. And I got goosebumps right now. That's how I know it. I'm not a very emotional guy, but I'm sitting here to tell you that one of my purposes, I got this in college. I empower people. 1. I unite people. 2. And more recently, one of my purposes in this God-given earth is to show people what's possible. It's to show people what they can have. That's family members, friends, complete strangers from Switzerland and Brazil. That lady told me she wanted to lose 100 pounds. Do she know that she can lose more? Why stop at 100? She can lose like 50 more. She had rhino legs, and I'm not saying that to talk about it. I'm just painting a picture for you. Imagery. Imagery. Literacy. I don't want to leave you guys. I want to leave this place. People need to know what's possible. Because I know 20 months ago I had no idea. I thought I was just supposed to stay where I was at, do what I was doing, complain about stuff, not know how to change it, blame other people, say what I don't have, say what I didn't get when I was growing up, blame, 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 excuse, 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 complain, 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 moan, 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 gripe, gripe, gripe. Now I'm happy laughing, telling you about it. What are you going to do about it? It takes hard work, but what are you willing to work hard for? Do you want to not work hard your whole life? That's cool. That's cool. I understand if you don't want to work hard your whole life. Me neither. I wish I could sit around and eat like turkey sandwiches or something all day. I love turkey sandwiches. I love Herbalife. But the bow has to go back before the arrow can go forward. Arrow just don't fly and hit the bullseye. Has to put in some work. Has to come out of the quiver. Has to go on the string. Has to build up some potential energy. Has to get released. Transform into kinetic energy. Move and hit a target with accurate precision. You got to have a target in life. You got to know where you want to go. How can you be the arrow and hit a target if you don't know where you're going? You're just flying aimlessly, complaining about stuff. You're just gonna fly through life. What's the mark you're gonna leave? You know it's an afterlife. We're gonna get somewhere else. This is a test. This is hell. This is whatever you want to call it, but you are in control. You don't have to be where you're at. You don't have to do the things you've been doing. Switch up your behavior. Switch up your skill set. Acquire something new. Take up ceramics. Do something physical. Challenge your mental capacity. Read a book. Learn a new language. I know I am. I'm going to learn how to play the piano, and I'm going to learn Japanese this year. Or start it. My target is to be fluent in 3 years. I think there's plenty of time. It's like kindergarten through 2nd grade. I think we were pretty fluent in English that amount of time. So just apply myself a little more, do a little more, learn the keys, take an hour class every day. Maybe we'll get there in 3 years. Maybe we'll get there in 6 years. Oops. Just learned a new language. Just learn how to play a beautiful instrument. It only took 6 years. My fault. I'm sorry. My target's 3. If it takes 6, so what? If it takes 12, so what? I'm doing it. That's why you got to get up and go do something that you know that you deserve and you know that you want. You got to get up and do something about it. And I'll tell this story, and I think I'm going to leave because I really want to run now because I'm getting kind of hyped up. But I'll tell you this story. My car, it ran out of gas one time when I was coming to one of those bartender jobs that I hated. My car broke down. It was raining outside. I was broke down in the middle of the street. It was drizzling, kind of like raining, drizzling. And I had on my bartender gear. My car broke down because I didn't put gas in it because I didn't have money from bartending. Wow. And I just sat there in the car, hoping that somebody would help me. Didn't know what to do. Kind of got frustrated. Was about to have a nervous breakdown. But you know, big, strong man, can't break down, right? Cars were beeping at me. People were flicking me off. People were flashing their lights at me. I got out my car, kind of stood there with my door open. People flashing their lights at me, honking the horn, beep, beep, flicking me off, cursing me out. I was at like an intersection, kind of. So as soon as I said, okay, fuck it. I put my car in neutral, grabbed the wheel, started pushing like Conan the Barbarian on the side of my car with the door open. No help. Didn't need any help. I was helping myself. Started moving my car, inching it, slowly and surely. Started moving. Slow, inchworm, slow pace. Had a target. I was going to take it to the side. Then I was going to park it. Then I was going to go like a block or two down the street or whatever to a gas station and use the little bit of bartender money I had. I'm still pushing. Use the little bit of bartender money I had to get a gas can, get like $10 of gas in my tank. Car turned the corner. I thought it was going to ram into me. I kicked my leg up. I said, oh shit. She said, no, I'm just going to push your car with mine. As soon as I started helping myself, somebody started helping me. You got to help yourself before somebody else comes and helps you. You got to get up off the couch. You got to stop watching hip-hop Atlanta Housewives basketball. You got to get up off your own ass and do something to help yourself. You got to do that. I can't do that for you. The next person can't do that for you. Your mama can't do that for you. She didn't raise you like this, or your dad, or your uncle, or your grandma, your nana. They didn't raise me like that. I hate hearing that from people. I didn't get raised like that. They didn't tell me that. Guess what? You got a mind, you got hands, you got eyes, you got a brain, and a mind. It's two different things. Use it. Use your resources. I don't care what your excuse is. Everybody has their story. You heard me? And guess what? Nobody else does. I don't care what your excuses are. Who has time for your excuses? You? Great. Keep them. I don't want them. Nobody wants them. Who wants to be around or work around somebody that complains and has excuses about everything all the time? Not me. When I get like that, meaning I get inside my shell and start having negative self-talk and I think negatively about things, I go inside my closet and I meditate. I focus. You want to sample meditation? A lot of people don't know how to do it. Sample meditation is easy. This is very basic. Meditation isn't like a mudra or anything like that that you have to do. But all you have to simply do, and I do it for you, is close your eyes, go inside your closet and lock your door. Not literally, but You could be anywhere. You could be sitting on a park bench. Say words that make you peaceful and relax and make you grateful. For a lot of people, it may be something like tranquility. So I may sit there and do something like this. Tranquility, 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 tranquility. You might not be on the beach with that beautiful air and that sound. I might go to sleep out here. But just use a word. Imagine yourself at this beach right now. I'm not in the picture. You could be in a pasture. It could be very green grass and nothing else. Very blue sky and nothing else. You could be literally on cloud nine. The sun is setting. I gotta go. I got nuggets of wisdom for life. I'm gonna write the sand on my butt. I'm gonna grab my phone. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Gotta go.